people that are watching. Hello, my name is Marley and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing something fun, or at least I hope it's fun, and I'm going to be recommending books based on songs by the artist LAUV. So LAUV is my favorite artist. I just love him. I don't know why. His music just speaks to me. His upbeat songs are just so catchy and fun, and then he has like slower, more like emotional ones. I just love all of it. Side note, I was supposed to see him this year in concert before COVID happened. Devastating. But anyways, I've seen a lot of people do this trend of recommending books based on songs. I think I originally saw Gabby do it from Gabby Reads. She recommends a book for like every Taylor Swift song that's out there. And then I've also seen Mary Grace from MG's Library do this, I think with like multiple artists. M on Bookish Potatoes do something similar. There's other people I want to mention. But yeah, it's a trend and I thought, who's my favorite artist? LAUV. Let's recommend books for his songs. So let's just get into it. So the first song that we're gonna do is I Like Me Better, probably his best song. It's so fun, I'm sure you know it. And the book I'm going to recommend for this song is Felix Ever After by Kason Callender. So the reason that I recommend this book has to do with the lyric about it taking place in New York City, as it follows a trans teen named Felix who lives in New York City, and it also matches the lyrics of liking yourself better when you're with someone, because Felix obviously deals with a lot of difficult things in his life with his identity and a lot of people rejecting him based on that. And then he has this best friend, Ezra, who that would be like the main relationship in the book. Ezra loves him for who he is. He is there for him no matter what. And I feel like he's the one person that Felix actually feels comfortable being totally himself with, and that he likes himself better when he's with him. And I just think the vibe of the song really fits that book well, and especially fits the relationship between Felix and Ezra. It's a really cute first love romance book, and they like themselves better when they're together. So the next song is Paris in the Rain, and for this song I'm going to recommend Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I know, what a throwback, and a lot of people hate this book now because it has cheating, but this is the one book I've read that has like a cute romance that takes place in Paris. So I had to recommend this book. Again, probably if I would read it now I would not enjoy it as much as I did when I was younger, but when I was younger I was obsessed with it. I thought Anna and Etienne were super cute, so that's why I'm going to mention this book for this song. So the next song is Comfortable. So this to me is a song about a couple where the relationship is just not passionate anymore, and you have just become comfortable with each other, and people just aren't putting that effort in as they were before. So super relatable song. I'm sure this happens a lot in relationships. And the book I'm going to recommend for this song is Landline by Rambo Rowell. This song deals with a married couple who has that exact situation that I just talked about, and one day the main character, I think she gets a phone call from like the past version of her husband or something like that, and this telephone is kind of like a conduit to like the past, and she gets to relive when her and her husband first met and were first dating and falling in love, and it helps her realize why they initially fell in love and why she needs to work on their relationship, because she's suddenly become like very work obsessed and just is not prioritizing that relationship anymore. So this song really fits this book, and that is a book I would definitely recommend if you like the sound of the premise. Okay, so this is sort of a weird choice that I'm making, but for this song called Paranoid, I'm going to recommend 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. So to me, this is a song about a man who is very paranoid about his relationship. He doesn't trust a girl. He's driving himself crazy, thinking she's, you know, cheating on him or thinking of leaving. And to me, this song instantly reminded me of the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, which unfortunately I have read. I think it really fits Christian Grey's like stalkeriness and his possessiveness that he has for Anna, and I feel like he is just like paranoid throughout the books that she's gonna like leave him or something. Obviously we find out he has trauma and like that's sort of the reason behind it, but anyways, that's the book that I thought of for this song. So this song is called The Others, and the book I would recommend that goes with this song would be The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. To me, this song is a very sad song about a relationship where they have a lot of goodbyes and just a lot of back and forth on whether they should be together or not. And that is exactly what the romance in The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is like. So for those who don't know, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about this famous movie star, Evelyn Hugo. I think it begins in the 50s, and we explore all of her different husbands and all of the different loves that she's had in her life. And the person who is her main love, that is the relationship that I think fits with this song. It just has a lot of sad moments, a lot of moments where they have to say goodbye, and a will they won't they sort of vibe. So that is what I would recommend. So for the song Reforet, the book, or rather the series that I think fits this song is The Dark Artifices, aka Lady Midnight, is the first book by Cassandra Clare. So this song talks about like the main couple being sort of forbidden, is how I see it. I feel like LAUV in the song is talking about how he is doing things to forget about his love. So like going out, partying, drinking, doing whatever he can to try and forget about whoever he loved because it is so painful. And that is one of the main storylines in The Dark Artifices. Dark Artifices, I never know how to say it, but the main characters, Emma and Julian, have a forbidden love as they are parabatai, which means they are tied together as like warriors and fighters. If you know the Mortal Instruments books, you know what a parabatai is, and parabatai are banned from having romantic relationships for an unknown reason at the beginning of the book anyways. So I think this book really fits Emma and Julian and how they do everything they can to try and fight their feelings for each other, doing things like dating other people even though they don't really like them, just as a distraction, or like putting spells on themselves, like doing whatever they can to try and forget about their feelings for each other. A pretty good fit, I think. This is a song called Enemies, and for this recommendation, it is kind of self-explanatory, but I would recommend The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is an enemies to lovers story where the two main characters work together, they share the same office space, and they just hate each other for pretty much no reason. And they play these little like hating games at the office, and yeah, they just keep convincing themselves that they hate each other, even though their relationship is actually rooted in a lot of like attraction. I'll be honest, I was not as big of a fan of this book as so many people are. A lot of people consider this their favorite romance book. I actually had some problems with it that I won't get into, but since so many people love it, you guys probably would. It is definitely an interesting love to hate romance, and it definitely fits the song. So if you like enemies to lovers, if you like office romances, check it out, give it a chance. So this is called Question, and the book I would recommend for this song is Public Relations by Katie Heaney and Ariana Rebellini. So this is about a girl who works in PR, and she ends up working with a client that is a famous, I don't know if he's an actor or a musician, but she starts doing like the publicity for this famous figure, and that is who she ends up falling in love with and like having a relationship with. So the reason I think it fits this song is because in that book she's very insecure about the relationship since he is so famous and she is not, and he has to be seen around with other girls, and she definitely gets jealous. And to me, when I listen to this song, it is about someone like questioning the loyalty of their lover, and then like the lover trying to convince them that they have nothing to worry about. So I think that really fit the relationship in this book, because even though she was like really jealous and like skeptical about the relationship and like questioning it, like she didn't need to because he was loyal to her. So yeah, this book is not one that you hear about very much, but it was pretty interesting if you are interested in like the celebrity culture and like how a lot of things are staged for publicity, like relationships. I know I like specialized in PR for school, so that is why this book was definitely interesting to me. So this is called Easy Love, and the book or the book series again that I would recommend to fit this song would be The Selection by Kira Cass. So The Selection is about a girl named America who lives in a dystopian world where there's a king and queen and a prince, and there ends up being a selection to find the princess who will soon be the queen. And it's basically like in a bachelorette style. So a bunch of girls get selected, America being one of them, and he gets to know them, goes on dates with them, and slowly eliminates them until he gets to who will be his future queen. The reason I think that this book and this romance in particular between America and the Prince Maxon fits this song is because it's called Easy Love, but he's talking about a love that is not easy. He's basically saying how like he could be with whoever he wants, or like he could be with someone who is just easier to be with. In the book, it would be like Marley, or I'm forgetting other names of people. He could choose one of the girls that is better at being a princess, that maybe his father likes more, that the people like more, but he keeps coming back to America even though they have so many fights, they have so many like issues. That's the relationship where he's really passionate, and so that's why it's perfect for this song, because Maxon could have whatever girl he wants, some easy love, but he doesn't want that. He wants America. So this is one of my absolute favorite songs from him, and it is called Getting Over You. The book recommendation for this song I chose is History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. So as you heard, this song is about someone who is really struggling to get over someone that they used to be in a relationship with, or just in general someone else that they used to have. No, yeah, I think it's relationship, because he mentions being in bed with someone new. So if you're not aware, History Is All You Left Me is about this kid, forget his name. His best friend and ex-boyfriend recently died, and so it's really about his grieving process and dealing with not having this person anymore who he really thought was going to be in his life forever and who he thought he was going to end up with. Even though they had broken up, it's still really hard for him, and he ends up finding solace in his best friend's new boyfriend that he had been dating, and they start having kind of like a relationship, helping each other. And mainly it is about like losing someone and how like being with other people doesn't help, which you'll find is an aspect in the book. So if you want to read a book that has to do with grief and like losing someone and more of like a heartbreaking story, I would recommend History Is All You Left Me. Oh, this is another one of my absolute favorites called Never Not. And for this song, I would recommend Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackerman. So you guys are probably more familiar with the movie, and so am I, but it's about this young boy, he's a teenager named Elio, about the summer that he spends with this other boy slash man, some gray lines here, but they have this summer together, and it's Elio's like first love. It's super intense for him, and at the end of the summer, Oliver is the name of the other boy, he goes back to America, and yeah, it doesn't work out, but the relationship always stays with Elio. And that's why I chose this book for this song, because even though it isn't my absolute favorite book, I just think it really emulates this song and like that reminiscing about an old love that you'll just never be able to stop thinking about, that has just really affected you. Okay, so this is the last song that I'm going to do, and it is called Lonely Eyes. And for this song, it made me think about Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. This was one of the most beautiful books that I read this year. It is about Aristotle and Dante, these two teenage boys who both, I think, are lonely, and that's why I think if it's not until they meet each other that they really find true friendship, and they just have such a beautiful relationship and bond. And I think at some points in the song it mentions like being apart. There is a chunk of the novel where like Dante, I think, moves away for a bit, so they have to be away from each other and like are lonely without each other. They can just really like relate to each other because they have so many like similarities, but then they also are like very different too. They're just perfect. But yeah, I really recommend this book if you want just like a really great romance and like really moving story. There's more to it than just the romance. There's like other things about like Aristotle, who's our main character, and like his family and stuff like that. But anyways, that's the closest book I could think of for this song. So that brings us to the end of this video. He has like way more songs, LAUV does, and like so many more that I could fit to books, but like I've already been filming for over 40 minutes, so really praying I can cut this video down. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's such a fun trend, recommending books to songs. I loved doing it for my favorite artist. Yeah, I hope you guys will subscribe, like, and comment. I'm really hoping to get to 75 subscribers for the end of the year, so please. But yeah, let me know what's your favorite LAUV song, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!